What's going on, everybody? Coming at you with some more One Piece gameplay. Today we're going to be seeing the film Shanks deck against Monkey D. Garp, and this is the first time that we're seeing Garp on the channel. Also, Shanks, I think, is a fairly strong leader with some of the OP02 support that it did receive in the last box, so I am excited to show this off for you guys today. I think Monkey Garp is a fairly strong deck in the format. I think it does have some pretty glaring weaknesses, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it can perform against a lot of decks, especially if it sees a lot of its removal cards, so we definitely like to see that. We're going to go ahead with myself on the Shanks deck going first, and I think going second is probably better for the film deck, just because most of your curve, other than Buena Festa, is going to be on the evens. Things like Ein and your Uda, as well as, like, your King. So definitely wanting to play on the evens, I think, with this deck. Going second just means that you don't really have any plays on turn 2. So we're just going to swing 8 here at leader, and he's going to take that here. He does have the core zone on board, which can block a lot of different things here. Unfortunately, in this version of the film deck, I'm not playing a ton of removal, and I do think that I would like to bump up some of the removal cards in the deck, but we're going to see a Garp here swing at life, and we're going to counter off with an Uda. Just because I don't know when I'll be able to play that, and we're going to see the Kuzan come down. Kuzan is a pretty strong card here, and then on the 5 Dawn turn, we're going to see a Ein being played here, adding a Rested Dawn, and then we're going to swing 6 with Leader at Garp, and they're going to block that with Corazon. So now we are in a fairly good position here, where all they have on board is a Kuzan, and there is a Garp on board, and we have an Ein, and the Kuzan on board does mean that we are probably going to get -4'd, which isn't great, but it's not the end of the world. And then we're going to see a Garp swing, and we're going to counter that off with the Karina. At this point, I don't think I'll ever be behind in Dawn, so we'll see Sakazuki come down just to pop, and that's not super terrible. Now that I know that there's no Meteor Volcano in hand and there's no Sakazuki, I'm thinking to myself, I'm pretty safe to drop a bullet here, because I don't know that they'll be able to get rid of my bullet, but I definitely underestimate the amount of removal in the deck, because I swing 5 with my leader Akuzan, and I was thinking to myself, they probably have a lot of bricks, like a lot of big guys with no counter, and looking at their hand, they definitely did have a ton of stuff with no counter, but they do end up protecting, and then I play the bullet here, because I'm thinking, what could they realistically play to kill it, after, using a Kuzan, using a Sakazuki, and then also pitching that Meteor Volcano. Of course, they can play things like Kobe as well, but I'm just thinking to myself, that's just way too many, like there's no way they have all of those cards in their hand available to them at this point in the game already. And in my hand, all I had otherwise was just 2k counters. Like, I had 2 X-Drake, 2 Ulti, and a Shiki, which, I mean, there could have been other plays. Like, we could have played an X-Drake as well as swung with our leader at higher to make sure that the Kuzan died. And also forced a card out of hand, which would have been nice, but I was like, yeah, there's no way that my bullet gets killed here. But we're going to see Kuzan -4 on bullet, swinging at 5, and I will opt to take that, going down to 3 life here. And then I also just underestimated the Garp effect. I wasn't sure how it worked exactly, but he's going to minus another 1 cost on my bullet here, and then he's going to minus again by placing 1 under his Garp. And so now he's got a ton of Dawn active to pop it. He'll play a Nami as well, and he'll put another Dawn under, and then we're just going to see another Meteor Volcano. So he had 2 in hand, and just fairly unfortunate for myself to lose the bullet. And now he's got a pretty strong board, pretty well developed, and I've got nothing on board. Everything that I've played just been removed with ease, unfortunately, so we're hating to see that. And unfortunately, I don't have a ton of removal for his deck. I think this turn I would have probably used Bullet Effect to rest some characters and just go for life, because, being at such a low life count with 4 life, hitting a double attack can just be devastating. I'm going to counter out of the Sakazuki swing, and he does still have a swing left, so he's going to swing Garp at me, and I'll counter out with an X-Drake. And then he's going to play a Garp and pass back turn, and at this point he's got 4 bodies on board. I got nothing. The only way I probably ever come back in this situation is if I played a 9-drop Kaido. So if I had a 9-drop Kaido, which I am playing in this list, I could pop the Sakazuki, swing over the Kuzan, and then I could I could swing over the Kuzan with my Shanks. At 6 Dawn, I could put 1 Dawn or Shanks, swing 6 at Kuzan, and then if he didn't block, then I could rush Kaido, pop the Garp, swing over the Sakazuki, and again, that's just... I wish that I had the card in my hand, honestly. It would have been really nice to have. But we're going to go ahead and play a Buena Festa. Just searching top 5 for a film card. We're not going to see it. We're going to see a Union Armado instead. And I think Union Armado is a pretty strong card. I would have liked to have my bullet out there still. And then we're going to go ahead and pay 5 Dawn for a Guild Tesoro. And again, this is just a misplay for me. I only have 1 2k counter, like the Armado in hand. So I should have put 2 Dawn under my Shanks and swung. I just didn't know what I was going to hit off the Buena Festa. So after I played the Festa, I should have waited to swing, because even if my Festa dies, it's never really going to clear anything on his board. And it's likely it was going to get cleared anyways, so it didn't really matter. But we're going to see the Kuzan minus a cost of my Glidden swing 6. I'm going to pay 2 to Union Armado my Glid to protect it, and then I'm going to counter out of the swing. How Union Armado works is that if they survive the battle, I can give the power to my character, which I opted to do. And so that way he can't be KO'd for the rest of the turn, whether it's from battle or from effects. The way that it's worded is that one of your leaders or characters can get the power. It doesn't say that your leader gains it. It's one of your leader or characters, and then that character cannot be, like, after the battle finishes, that character can no longer be KO'd. So he's going to stay alive for the rest of the game, or the rest of this turn at least. And I'm going to get some draws back, and I will counter out of the Garp swing. But that was kind of like a Hail Mary play that's not going to really get me anywhere. I might be able to clear a Kuzan, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to clear anything else, really. And, like, while I can attack his board here, like, I can clear Kuzan, I can clear Garp, but he's probably going to play a blocker here. Swing 5 with a Nami, which I'll have to take, unfortunately. I have no cards in hand. And then he'll swing 6 with Garp, and I'll take that as well. And then he's going to swing Sakazuki, which I'll counter out. And then there's the blocker right there. So, at best, I'm clearing 1 body off his board, which doesn't feel great, unfortunately. Unless I draw like a Rush Kaido here. At any point in time, if I had a Rush Kaido, I'd be feeling pretty good. But I don't see it. I'm gonna go ahead and swing here with my Shanks. He's gonna block that. I'll put a Dawn under Glid, swing 7 at 5, minus 2 Dawn to draw 2 cards. I did not see anything super great there, unfortunately. I see a blocker, and I'm going to play the blocker, but I don't really have anything else here. If I like a 7-drop king would have been nice. There's definitely some changes that need to be made to this film deck. Right now, as it is, I'm not playing a ton of hard removal in it. I wanted to see how some of like the BT, so the OP02 cards shined in it, and unfortunately I didn't hit a lot of them. I had some Shikis in there, but I didn't see any of my Udas this game, and I didn't see any of my what was the other card that I put in here? Any of the Z's that I put in. This is a nice strong character, but we're gonna see that the Garp get 2 Dawn, and then he's just gonna swing and pop my blocker at my last life. I will counter out of the first swing, and then we're gonna see the Garp swing 6 here, and I'll take that, and then it's just game. He's just gonna swing away at my life here, and yeah, Garp takes it. Great showing for the first time. Until next time, Monty out.